A lot of people are talking about bring your own device, and you see a lot of people out there in magazines, and what the heck does this all mean? Basically, a lot of companies are deciding that laptops are just too difficult to manage, and people want to use different devices, and they're trying to accommodate flexible use cases. More users want to use different things, they use them at home, and a lot of companies are realizing, we could give them an enterprise laptop and anything else, but what does a user really do? They take it home, they let their kids play on it, then they have to worry about all the security issues. People tend to care about a device that they pick. They tend to treat it better. If they know it's their own, they'll pack it in a little more bubble wrap when they travel. They'll treat it a little better, and the life expectancy of the device actually increases over time. So not only are people, purchasing these things at a much less expensive retail point because they're purchasing them at retail stores, they're getting better devices and they're lasting longer. One of the challenges that companies are going to face is, although they don't manage these devices and they think they don't manage them, they are going to have to assume some support responsibility in addressing client connectivity issues. Because what people don't realize is, although they give these guys a device, what do they do when they call up from a hotel room and need to connect? So what companies should look at is not only bring your own device, but some remote capabilities, whether you're doing WebEx or some support, remote support sessions that allow IT to gain access to that device and at least help the user through common problems. Because although you've divorced yourself with the procurement of the device and maybe the life management of the device and the virus and all that other stuff that goes along with it, you are going to need to deal with those connectivity issues when they do occur. Knowing what I know now and implementing it for several customers, I think everybody should be doing it. Because it protects it. Once you treat every device as hostile, or it could be corrupted, and you manage the situation by providing a secure portal, you limit the exposure overall to your infrastructure from getting in worms, from getting in viruses, from people transferring media, because it causes you to address all those issues. Once you start the bring your own device policy and you have it in effect, you end up managing security. You end up managing points of access, threat points, capabilities. And overall, you reduce the exposure of your infrastructure to outside resources. I've seen companies that have implemented this 8 years ago. And that strategy has worked for a lot of those companies, and they've reduced the cost. So I think the time, it's not when to do it, it should be done. Think about what you go through to manage a laptop. You got to procure the right type of laptops with the exact same drivers so your images work perfectly on them. And that's just not the marketplace we live in. You have companies that have to react to market conditions. So new processors, new chips, new motherboards, just-in-time processing. That doesn't allow you to get a consistent device for a year. We recently switched over to a complete BYOD policy, so we can not only help customers with how to implement it, what should they be comping for the user, what the cost structure should look like for the purchase, what the expense structure looks like, but we can also show them real-world examples of what the infrastructure looks like for delivery, some of the things they should be thinking of.